There's millions of bad parents out there who have ruined video games for you and for me and for the people who listen to this podcast. So what do? Oh, okay. We got to either go mobile or go big. How big can we go, Wooly? Hundreds of millions of dollars big? 7 years big? 4 engines big? We got to go bigger. But then no one ruins video games like whoever the is steering the ship over at Eidos, Montreal, and is just setting fire to like $300 million and taking a shit on the ashes.
I mean, to be fair, it's like shit was rough for a while now. Everything post Embracer has been like just skeleton. And yeah, I don't know. It's not a company that I recognize anymore. I don't know how many people I still know over there, if anything. But at this point, it's like I did recognize the name, a name of the dude that's leaving, David Alfonsi, who took over after Stéphane Dastou, who was there when I was there at the time, or right before actually. Yeah, that's what's the number? 124 employees getting fired out there. And alongside that, no surprise, a lot of people that get cut leads to loose lips, and loose lips have revealed that a 7+ year development on a game that cost hundreds of millions of dollars was canceled.
And they canceled a Deus Ex game to work on.
This game was called Wildlands. Now, it was an original new IP, third-person shooter, or third-person open world action-adventure game. And a lot of people were very excited by the promise of it, but it's kind of nuts because between this and some of the other rumors of massive projects that were worked on and then canceled at the studio, it's like this is not even the first time something like this has happened.
We are in a really strange spot in the games business where we now have very public Concord and oh my God, I can't remember the name.
Highguard.
It died like 2 weeks ago.
Highguard.
Oh man, Highguard. And we are seeing like these like cataclysmic bet failures, just like a 100% total loss.
So,
and I feel like some of these mega projects, people are going like, all right, just cut it now before it even comes out. So it
seems like the story with this one is that it was almost done and it passed a bunch of milestones, and internally everyone thought it seemed pretty good. But so it's just a matter of it did not survive the crash and the burning and the fires. It did not survive the race to the finish to get it out there before they fucking started cooking everything around it, you know? I don't know what I don't know if we have anything to say on what kind of reception it would have had or what it would have looked like. Don't know anything about that. There's some details on it. The main character's name was River, part of a group of teenagers called Spirit Bounds. You'd ride mythical creatures. You'd use magical staffs. It was, there's a whole breakdown of what it was. There's footage that is not being displayed because it's, under
send it to
NDA
me,
and so on. But this could have been a good game. This could have been a great game. Who knows? No idea. But I don't know that it was necessarily about that. I don't know that quality had anything to do with that. I think it was just you couldn't make it to that finish line of fuck this, cut 124 people, everybody leave, go. And again, seeing the studio head leave alongside that, it's kind of eerily familiar to how when Stéphane Dastou left, he left because he said that the studio heads had no courage, and they canceled another giant original project that was being worked on and they put a lot of time and work into and that the studio believed in. right? So I mean, I don't know if the circumstances are identical here, but him departing alongside the cancellation and firing of all these people certainly does mirror the exact same thing that happened just a couple years ago. I'm sure anybody who's out there that's still working there, it fucking just nod your head with your eyes closed on that one if that's the case or not. But fuck, man, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, dude. There's a time limit on all this shit.
You know, I'm thinking about Elden Ring, and I'm thinking about our perception of what dev hell is. Like the term development hell, which is a game trapped in development for too long. Oh man, it might not release, it might got canceled, it might be fucked up. And I remember Elden Ring was the last game that was like took a really, really long time after announcement and then came out and was uniformly excellent. And then everything started to take that length of time. Like everything, like we went from 2 years, what are you kidding me, to like, I hope this comes out before my son like goes to high school.
Yeah, I think we kind of talked about this before. Like 3 to 4 is more or less expected and normal of like a big thing, you know. Yeah, Skong was obviously the punchline before this. But yeah, like Death Stranding was like 3 to 4, right? The takeaway I'm getting, because I mean, Elden Ring, it's also one of those things where it's like you get to be, I mean, Elden, like FromSoft is a Sony darling. It's like you are fucking, you're getting the royal treatment for being one of the most important studios that is you know, releasing games to this platform. But my takeaway from this type of story is actually that, like, you know, we were talking about games where, yeah, like, you know, Concord and the High Guards of the world and whatever, like shit where it's like original thing just wasn't interesting enough and flopped and didn't work. There could be, and then we talked about, of course, the hi-fi rushes where it's like you could be successful and great and do all the good things and it still doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
So my takeaway here is there's games that could be in development right now that if they had a chance to come out would be successful, but they're not going to get that chance to simply because the implosion is happening too fast. And it's not that your brushstroke wasn't perfect. It's that the fire behind you roasted your hand and cooked the entire canvas before you could put the finishing touch on it.
You know, I feel like, Crash and economics or not, genuinely, that the long dev cycles are more responsible for this than anything. Because like the two things that spell doom for your long in development game is new guy coming in, new executive producer, new CEO, new whatever. I got to shake things up. I got to make things mine. I didn't approve that project. That fucking guy. Or a bad quarter, right? Like a bad, oh, we got to cut. We got a really bad quarter. But it used to be that your game only had to survive like 6 quarters and then it'd be out. Now a game has to survive like 18 to 24 quarters.
Well, okay, it had to do that, but then also, lest we forget, let's not forget what the most insidious shit at the time was. It had to survive and also hit that Metacritic 85. Right? You had to hit that Metacritic
that sweet spot.
You had to hit that sweet spot. You had to hit that number. Good game. Otherwise, you don't get your bonus, and by that I mean you don't get paid.
Yeah.
Basically.